Hey, thanks for stopping by. I am here to discuss the Santini Eco-Sleek Dinamo Jersey. When I read about it, it seemed like one of the more interesting jerseys in Santini's lineup, and I was keen to find out about it. Eco-Sleek Dinamo. It means, let's see, eco, ecological, sleek, skin suit fit, dynamo, how you're supposed to feel in it, I guess. It is a summer jersey. It's supposed to be made of 100% recycled fabrics. I'm not sure how 100% that is, but I can tell you that the front panels, which you can see here, pretty meshy, they are called Native Fabric by Sitip, which is an Italian company. The back panel and the sleeves are made out of Resai by Corno. According to Santini, the 85% of the materials in this jersey come from within 100 kilometers of their factory. They wanted to minimize their footprint that way. The fabrics themselves, by the way, I should add there is a little lycra-y swatch at the bottom to prevent chafing for the zipper. There's another one at the top so it doesn't dig into your chest, and they do have a gripper elastic on the bottom. But anyways, back to the fabrics. The fabrics are supposedly made from recycled fibers and materials. They don't specify how recycled or by what means. There should be some question as to how ecologically pure, I guess, these things are, or how much recycling is involved, because there is some skepticism these days about PET, which is basically plastic bottles. When plastic bottles are recycled, some people think it's great to turn a plastic bottle into a jersey or some other textile. Other people are worried that the process to do so puts more chemicals in the water, and that also turning it into fabrics means that microplastic fibers will then get into the water supply. So anyways, there's some question about it, but even if it's a small benefit, it's probably a good thing on the whole, so long as you're not sacrificing any performance in the material. And as for that, I'll talk about in a sec. The jersey is obviously supposed to be a skin suit fit. It appears to me that the front panels have limited stretch, and the back panels, while limited, it's a little less. The back panel seems stretchier. Putting it on, and I'm 5'9", 150, and this is a small, I felt like I was pretty close to the limit of the material, and so I was a little worried that these pockets, which are made of the same thing as the chest panels, this is the native fabric, I was concerned that they wouldn't have enough stretch to fill my pockets for a 5-hour ride. So before I started riding with this thing, I got out a wind vest, I got out arm warmers, the wallet I put in my jersey, keys, 3 bars, 2 gels, and 2 drink packets, and tried to shove it all in. And much to my surprise, it worked. And it seemed like there was more room even. So I would say that either the material stretches more than it appears, or the pockets are bigger than they appear. I thought they were a little on the small side. And when I measured them, they measured about 6.5 inches tall by about 4 inches wide, which didn't seem like enough, but it works. So kudos to them. In terms of other fit issues, I was wondering about these grippers. You can see that there are these lines. It's because they somehow applied some gripper material, silicone beads, to the end of the sleeve. I was wondering how valuable that was. It definitely stuck to my arm, and the sweatier it felt like, the more it stuck. I would say that it even stuck to my arm warmers. So working the arm warmers off while riding, I generally had to flip this up, so it would be more easy for it to come down, which overall, you want your arm warmers to stay in place. It's a good thing. The sleeve cut is long, so if you can see here, well, it doesn't show so well, but there's actually a pretty big tan line, so it definitely does stay in place for a long time. On hot weather rides, which this is supposed to be for, I was a little concerned that the back panel would be too thin for, too thin, and I would get a sunburn. They say the material has SPF 30, and insofar as that goes, on the long rides I did, 4.5 hours in length, didn't seem to get a sunburn underneath, so I guess it works. In terms of comfort, the stretch definitely helps. I layered up with a heavy base layer underneath on cool days, like I went down into the high 50s, I think I did, and with a thick base layer underneath, the jersey functioned fine. Once I got to about the high 60s or 70, it definitely was time to remove the base layer, and the jersey was quite comfy the whole way through. It doesn't feel like the jersey gets waterlogged. I think that's basically, it's a function of the material. It's so thin, there's so little for it to absorb. So it appears the sweat passes right through by and large, which is a good thing. The only time it's bad is if you're a person who likes, like I do, to pour cold water on my sleeves and shoulders. The water doesn't stay for long, so the cooling effect you might get is somewhat limited. So those were basically, the only thing in terms of difficulties with it. I wanted to treat this as a regular jersey, so I washed it on cold and dried it on low. After 12 washings, it doesn't look the worse for wear at all, though I'll tell you that it's so thin that basically when you take it out of the dryer, when you take it out of the washing machine, it's almost dry. So you can hang it up, and even on a humid night, I found that the jersey dried in a couple hours, which is a good thing. And overall, it looks like, I haven't crashed it, of course, it's fairly durable. The only other point that might question the durability, that might be limited durability, is here, or specifically on the inside. If you're a person who takes your pockets to the limit frequently, it doesn't seem like a very durable tacking job. Like some companies put an extra piece of material here to increase the durability of their stitching. They didn't here, but I haven't had a problem thus far. And other than that, I've been quite happy. Another thing actually I guess I like is the metal zipper. Steel is real, and insofar as having a plastic tab versus a metal, I would say the metal will last longer. It's a locking zipper, so when it's in the up position, you can just kind of tug at the jersey and the zipper will slide on down. And being that it has a rubber piece in the middle, little Santini logo, that it's very easy to grip with, if you have full finger gloves, which is unlikely, but it's easy to grip when wet. So overall, I'd say I'm quite happy with the jersey, and it's an excellent addition to a summer wardrobe. And you gotta think at this point that all short sleeve jerseys should be summer jerseys, because global warming, sweat, I mean, if this thing can go from 59 to 90 and above, then that's basically all your warm weather riding. So anyways, check it out. I'll see you on the road, and subscribe. Visit my site, justridingalong.com, jralong.com.